Hello, Nursing Fundamentals 1 students. My name is Rebecca Heath, and I just want to welcome you to Fundamentals and to the nursing program. This video is intended to guide you through the beginning week of the class, especially if you're opening this up early. This is a great opportunity to get a little bit of a head start on some of the things going on in the class. So especially if you're not familiar with Canvas, I think this video might be helpful because I'm going to walk you through a few things about how to navigate the Canvas course. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so you should be able to see my screen here. And the class, it's gonna, your view and my view are gonna look a little different. These are all my classes. You guys are gonna be going to the PNUR 203, and then S23 is for spring of 23, Nursing Fundamentals. It will have this little building block avatar. And this is the home page when it starts here. Now, under recent announcements, it'll always have the most recent announcement here. It won't show this announcement yet because I haven't recorded the video yet, or I have recorded the video, but then we're working in like some sort of weird time loop because I haven't published it when you're watching it. I think it hurts my brain if I think too much about it. So just know most recent announcements are going to show up here. Now, if you want to look at past announcements, you can always go over here to this announcements navigation, to the navigation bar, and you can look at all the announcements. If you're not familiar with Canvas, on the left-hand side, the home page will always take you back to this page that we're at with what I've set up for it to be. You also have announcements where you can go to. You can look at your grades. If you go to grades, you can see what people are in the course. And then you can also have modules. I've set up the course so that the home page looks really similar to the modules page. It's just the home page also has announcements on the top. So the first thing we're going to have you do is go through the welcome module. If you look down, you've also got week 1, week 2, week 3, but we're going to go one by one and just look through this a little bit. So navigating Canvas, I really want you to start at the top, and we're going to work our way down. So if you click on the welcome, oh, look, that's me. So I'm Rebecca. I'll be teaching this class. And if you want to read more about me, you can click on my bio right here. Nursing Fundamentals is a really fun class where you're going to do a lot of hands-on things. We're going to learn about nursing concepts that really help you build a strong foundation for your career in nursing. It's a hybrid class, which means you're going to do a lot of work online, preparing for the lecture that we'll have or the class activities. And then you will also, in addition to your in-person class, you'll be having lab and sim. Now, the class will be on Tuesdays from noon to 2 o'clock. And if you're not familiar with military time, it's a good time to start because the medical world uses military time. We're going to be in room B309 for both the lecture and for our lab sim days. When you have a lab sim day on your date that you're assigned, you will either go to lab first and then go to sim, or you will start with sim and then go to lab. We almost always have 2 groups going, and then you just kind of flip-flop. There also is going to be an open lab on Fridays in case you need to make up anything that you had to miss, or in case you just want to practice extra skills. It's always good to practice more. I'm going to go over course student learning outcomes in class together, but just know that as a class, we have some student learning outcomes that we want you to achieve, and we're going to be working together to make sure you achieve those outcomes. Each week we have modules that cover the readings, resources that you need. They're also going to have an overview page that will tell you what you need to do each week. My assignments are also included on those modules, and my assignments are almost always going to be due Tuesdays at noon. If it's not going to be due at that time, I will make sure I'm very clear in communicating to you. I want you to go through the module in sequential order, which means I've ordered things kind of appropriately. So you should be working through one, then the next, then the next. A lot of people want to know, how do I be successful in this class? So one, look at the overview page. That's going to really tell you what assignments are due, what to read, what to watch, what to bring to lab, things like that. 2, come to class. We do a lot of great learning here. We do a lot of activities, discussions, working together, hands-on stuff. it's very valuable time. Next, do your weekly assignments. We do a lot of work in ATI, and you guys will be going over more of that. But it's really, ATI is very helpful for helping you learn the skills. But then also we use it throughout the program to help you prepare for the NCLEX, which is the national board exam that tells you that you can function as a nurse. You're going to have a lot of practice opportunities to work with Amanda, our IBEST teacher, in your support class. Now that support class is worth 5% of this class's grade. So I really encourage you to do your work in the support class. And then last, what if you need help? Well, you can always reach out to me. Oh, I need to edit this. Okay. Delete that part. But you can reach out to me through my email. You can message me in Canvas. We also have some different forums that you can reach out. So there's the peer-to-peer open forum, instructor help board, or you can also reach out to Amanda. Now, if you're not too familiar with Canvas, we reached the edge of this page. We can either hit next or we can go back to home. I'm just going to show you what next would look like. And this is our lab skill list. It tells you what skills we're going to be doing in lab this year. I'm not going to go over all of this because that would be tedious, but just know this is a list of 9 main skills we're going to be covering. And then here, I'm giving you a weekly review of what we're covering both in class and then also what we're doing in lab. So you can review that. You can hit next. And this tells you a list of the student learning outcomes that we talked about. We're going to talk about them more in class, but here's another list of them. Now here's that instructor help discussion board I was telling you about. If you need help from me, an instructor, or Amanda, and you don't feel comfortable reaching out to us by email or Canvas, just know you can ask a question on here. You just hit reply, and then you would say, hi, or whatever question you had, and that would show up down here, and then I would respond to it. Next, you also have the peer-to-peer discussion forum. And this is where you as students can talk to each other, ask each other questions, things like that. I don't moderate this board, so I just ask that you be kind, understanding of each other, and use proper netiquette. This is a page talking about accessibility in Canvas. If you do have anything that you feel is not super accessible to you, or you might anticipate encountering some difficulties, there's some resources available to you. So I encourage you to look at this page if you feel like you might need any of those resources. Also, the college has lots of resources. There's an online learning center, disability support services, IT. A lot of students need help with IT for various reasons. So this is a good resource page for you. Now next, this takes us to week 1 overview. And I'm just going to go back to our home page just to show you what we just did. So see, here's the welcome page, or the welcome module, and we just went through these one by one. Now, if you ever were in one of those pages, you could always come back to the home page and then click back to the page you wanted to be at. Now, week 1, see how it says prerequisites welcome start here? That means that it won't let you in until you've gone through all of these pages, because I feel like it's important that you know what these pages are and that you have access to those. So here on week 1, here is our week 1 overview page. I do name these so that you know what we're going to be covering. So week 1, we're going to cover vital signs and interviewing patients. And then we're going to have lecture 328, and then you'll have lab 329 or 330. It depends on what group you're in. So let's click on that week 1 overview. So here it tells us we're all about prepping for the lab. It also relates to our course learning outcomes 1 and 4. Remember, we had that page of all those course student learning outcomes. And so now you know, oh, hey, this is what it relates to. So this week we've got our lecture on 328 from 12 to 2. You got lab and sim on either 29th or 30th. And if you want to, you can also just click on this lab skill list, and that's going to tell you specifically, you can reach back and say, oh yeah, week 1. All right, we're going to do vital signs and interviewing patients, and look to see what we're covering that week. I'm just going to hit the back button because it will just take me back to the overview page. And now here you have these assignments. Now, you remember how I said my assignments are always going to be due Tuesday at noon? The first week, it's a little bit off. I apologize because we've got to kind of on ramp really quick to get going. But that's okay. You guys are capable. You can do this. Oh, I forgot to take this off. So due on Friday, you are going to have on the 31st, you're going to have syllabus acknowledged quiz. You're going to have ATI engage fundamentals or engage fundamentals vital signs. Sorry, I got too click happy. Oh, and I forgot to take this off. Sorry. The ATI skills module. If you try to click on that, you won't find it. And by the time that you see this, it won't be there anymore. So don't worry about it. You're also going to have a CDC hand hygiene course and dosage. Part of this class is dosage because every nurse has to know how to do medication math. Don't worry. Everybody's anxiety level starts creeping up when we talk about dosage. We are going to walk you through. Amanda is our dosage specialist, and you will be successful with dosage. So this gives you a list of your assignments. I also have links to the peer-to-peer open forum and the instructor help discussion board. Now, if you're somebody who really likes to look at the PowerPoints or some other resources, you can click on this link and it will take you to maybe a PowerPoint. I haven't really finished doing everything with this page yet, but there might be additional information there for you. I'm just going to go back. So you can see how after you look at the week 1 overview, you could just click through each of these pages and do those assignments. These are all open now, meaning that you can go ahead and get started both on reading through the Welcome Start Here module, as well as doing some of these assignments here in Canvas for week 1 to work ahead. It's not required, but I really encourage you just to go start clicking around in Canvas. Looking at, do we have access to ATI? We can do this CDC hand hygiene course at any time. But it's a great way of kind of getting ahead in the class and being prepared for Tuesday. Think that's all I really wanted to cover. I'm really excited to see you guys and meet you, get to know you. And thank you for letting me be a part of your journey in healthcare. And I'm excited. So it's all the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in class Tuesday.